Hi students, this is Tom Ray with UNLV Gear Up, working under UNLV The Center. And I'm the program coordinator here today to talk to you about stress relief. So we're actually doing something very interesting today that is different from the rest of our videos. And we're gonna go over some different techniques that you can use to relieve stress. So students are very different, meaning that the way that you relieve stress might not be the same way that others do. There needs to be a healthy medium and moderation of stress relief. Something done to an extreme can actually generate more stress when it's not done properly. For example, if your way of stress relief is to play video games, a student who indulges in playing video games too much will have that become a stressor now because their parents will be unhappy, their grades will start falling, and they'll procrastinate and not do their homework. So always with anything, even things such as walking at the park, meditation, things done to a moderation degree will always be healthier for you. So let's get started and talk about the different methods of stress relief. One of the first methods is very common for students, and this is listening to the music that you like. So some students do better with their homework if they have something playing in the background. Studies have shown that classical music or music without words is generally better for study because it doesn't impact the student's mood and it doesn't capture their attention as much. So keep that in mind as you're studying. But we know some students do like to have an earpod in and listen to some hip hop or pop, and that's perfectly fine too. But again, notice how it impacts your work and it may actually slow you down, which could actually cause stress. The other thing about music is that it may cause you to feel some emotions. If you're playing a song that has a lot of emotion in it, it might remind you of a past breakup, which again can cause you more stress or put a damper in for your studying. The next method of stress relief is also very simple. A lot of students like to eat when they're stressed out. So it's okay to have a healthy snack and to basically have a cookie here and there or a cake, but watch that in moderation because it can also put you into a food coma. You could get tired and want to go to sleep. So when you do take a break and you eat some snacks, try to pace yourself and not eat too much. One of my favorite things to do when I'm stressed is actually to go out in nature. So taking a hike, going on a walk, slowing everything down, that's also really important because it can help you decompress and rebalance yourself to be present in what you have to do. Sometimes we get stressed out because we can't prioritize what we have to do next, and being in nature lets you be with yourself to kind of put those things in order. Another healthy technique to not be stressed is also to call a friend. So if you feel alone or you're kind of isolated, cut out 30 minutes of your day or 45 minutes to either have lunch with someone you really get along with or to speak to someone that you trust and is safe who can help you fix your problems. So that's another method if you're really stressed out to utilize so that you can bounce ideas off and get things off of your chest. If you have a pet, that's also a really nice stress reliever because you can take some time to play with them or to get some affection if you feel like, you really need someone to be around you and you don't really want to talk to anyone. So if you have a cat, dog, rabbit, hamster, any type of pet would really help you out when you're stressed out as well. The last thing I'll talk about for stress relief is actually a rising trend in today's time, which is meditation. Research has shown that meditation significantly improves a person's mood, state of mind, happiness, and productivity. So this is a very good way to decompress as well. We're going to go over several different forms of meditation. The meditation that most students and families might be familiar with is the one where you're sitting, it's completely silent, and you're maybe on a mountaintop trying to reach nirvana or enlightenment. No, this is not the meditation that we're talking about. The meditation that we're talking about is for your practical everyday use. And meditations have different forms. Some meditations are called guided meditations, meaning that someone is speaking with you while you're meditating and having your eyes closed. Another meditation could be what we talked about earlier with music. So sometimes if you have a peaceful instrumental or if you have some sort of meditative music that is playing in the background, that also helps you achieve a sense of balance. There's also something called a walking meditation, meaning that if you're walking in nature, you can also be mindful of your breath and notice how you're breathing. So here are some techniques that can help you in each of these meditative practices. First, focusing on the breath is extremely important for meditation. It allows the person to be present. The first thing you want to do is slow down your breathing. After you slow down your breathing, you want to take a mental note of how many seconds pass from your inhalation to your exhalation. And the goal is to keep both of them even, to breathe with the diaphragm, breathe deep within your stomach. And anytime someone gets stressed out, if they can return to the breath and to be present with the intake of air and the outtake, this will generally calm the person down. So this is a technique that's been used throughout the ages, and it can be paired with any of the earlier stress releases that we talked about. If you're you're still having difficulty, here are a few great apps that will help you with meditation. One of the apps that has a really great guided meditation is called Headspace. Headspace isn't free, and you can see their pricing on the screen in front of you. However, they do give a free trial, and if you want to try it, go ahead and go to the App Store or the Play Store, and you'll be able to see if that's the style that you like. Another great meditation app is Calm. The difference between this app and Headspace is it has a little bit more of a music-based meditation. So if you need some type of background noise without anyone speaking, Calm is great for this because they have this as well as guided. The price for Calm is shown on the screen in front of you as well. Waking Up has a 1-month free trial, and if the participant is not in a financial situation to pay for it, you can actually request a year for free by emailing their support staff, and they'll give that to you so that you can get the added benefits of the meditative exercise and you're not constrained to your finances for it. If you go inside the Waking Up app, there is a section for practice where it has the voice of Sam Harris guiding you through a meditative exercise, but then it also has a component called theory. And what theory is it breaks down what meditation is about or certain philosophies of living life. So this is very unique because none of the other apps have it broken down into these two components. Another thing that the Waking Up app has is podcasts with spiritual leaders across the world and guest speakers in the scientific community that will talk about the benefits of meditation. They will also talk about some philosophical principles that can attribute to people's stress. So if you're interested in a more advanced app of meditation and trying to explore your own understanding of the world, then I would highly recommend giving Waking Up a try. And the link is also in the description. I hope you have a great time experiencing the benefits of meditation. There are over dozens of meditation apps on the Apple App Store or in the Google Play Store. So some of them are free and some are paid. It's up to you to try and figure out which one works for you.